All right, so I am going to introduce our next speaker. I think I just saw her pop up. So Neha Malik is Director of E-commerce for B&G Foods. She's been in the industry for over 20 years, currently leads the development and overall execution of modern commerce vision and roadmap of B&G Foods with strategic initiatives including development, management, and implementation of the company's e-com strategy, advancing new capabilities, and driving retailer partnerships. We've also developed the lead in terms of e-commerce strategy at Dean Foods and Mars Pet Care. And she's here to talk to us about how to marry digital marketing with e-commerce to win with those key retailers. So I'll let you take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Neha Malik, and I'm the Director of E-commerce here at B&G Foods, responsible for creating and leading the strategy for omnichannel and digital. I appreciate everyone's time to let me share some of my learnings from being in the industry for over 3 decades and all of my learnings. I'm probably one of the examples of someone who's worked through the brick and mortar relationship structure over the years and now focused on the online capabilities. I've also enjoyed taking on the challenge and learning as I've gone through the process. It has been an exciting journey, and I'm happy to share some of my learnings with you. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's being not able to take my slide to the next level. Here you go. So with omnichannel, before we proceed, I think it's important to shed some light on the ways the industry is evolving from the online business model perspective. E-commerce has now evolved into omnichannel or modern commerce, which has been the retail buzzwords of the year. As overused as it may be, omnichannel implementation continues to be the top priority for our retailers, reflected by the organizational changes or adaptations. Throughout today's presentation, we will discuss the approach and the expectations. Omnichannel, it is a multi-channel approach to sales that seeks to provide customers with a seamless shopping experience, whether they're shopping online from a desktop or a mobile device, by telephone or a brick and mortar store. Modern digital commerce means getting obsessed with the customer and leveraging modern technology to create an agile commerce platform that unlocks greater innovation. The approach is to provide customers with a seamless shopping experience with the following 3 steps. 1 being agility, by utilizing technology to adapt to market and customer needs in real time. 2, the customer centricity, meeting the precise needs of customers at every touch point. 3, innovation, delivering a world-class shopping experience that differentiates our brand from our competition. The steps that we have taken to win an omnichannel environment are the following, and how each one of us can implement an omnichannel strategy. 1 is by user experience and customer experience, our priority number 1, of course, to automate, to streamline and acquire the customer. Omnichannel, different channels mean different devices, including our feet for the brick and mortar, capture data, track conversions, and target messaging for multi-channel. Allocation of resources and technology, and last but not the least, the conversion and the retention. With that, as all we know, online is the fastest growing segment within grocery. Our retailer partners continues to experience a significant growth with their online business. As mentioned before, while omnichannel was gaining popularity pre-pandemic, mid-pandemic and new normal, this has gained even more momentum. As you can see, each retailer has had double to triple digit growth. They plan to continue the momentum and meet their customers' expectations, and manufacturers such as us need to keep up with the pace. Digital shelf is the key to success, and it is each brand's responsibility to measure that they are best in class with our products' digital shelves as well. Next slide. This is one of the source that we've gotten from eMarketer and some of the food manufacturers, such as B&G Foods ourselves. Online shopping was growing fast pre-pandemic. Mid-pandemic, it's now even more popular, and the momentum isn't slowing down. Consumers will continue to do more cooking and baking at home, and we need to ensure that we're keeping up with the pace and meeting our consumer demand and grow faster than the competition. With the rise in online grocery shopping, consumers are filling their pantries with more essentials compared to a year ago. As consumers spend more time at home, kitchen confidence has soared. Many consumers are saying that they will be 73% enjoying cooking more at home than ever before, 54% are cooking more, and 46% are baking more, which makes it that much more important for us to not only meet them where they are in their journey, but to ensure that we're excelling in our brand representation to them as well. Next slide. This is one of a slide that I've taken from our partner OneSpace. I know Amanda spoke earlier, and they have been great in helping us with digital shelf. There's no argument that getting the digital shelf is right, and getting it right is critical to winning with Amazon and other retailers as well. We have partners such as OneSpace, who you heard before, that can help within that space. However, it is equally important to create and maintain brand reputation through the websites as well as the social media platforms. To be able to educate the customer, provide the customer service and ability to convert either by direct-to-consumer sites or by driving the consumer to a retailer's website is critical to converting and winning in today's online environment. There has been various seminars and presentations that we've all been to and learned the importance of winning with retailer and with various activities and online marketing, including today's sessions. What I have found in my journey that often the missing link is between brands' online representation and interaction with activities such as Google Shopping, Google Ads, social media platforms, representation, and marketplaces, which is how majority of the consumers interacts within their daily routine, starting with their external search or searching at Amazon, which becomes two most important entry posts. So today, in balance of my presentations, I'm going to share with you how a brand can maintain their, as well as how you win with Google search, etc. Next slide. Brand reputation. With so much competition vying for consumers' trust and business, maintaining a positive brand reputation has never been so critical to overall business success. Use the best practices above to develop the brand reputation management strategy and implement it as soon as possible. Your brand's reputation is more important now than ever before. Maintaining a positive brand reputation increases customer loyalty, builds confidence, and helps position you as a leader in your space. With strategic brand reputation management tactics, you can easily improve that brand reputation for your own brands. Being positioned as a brand with a positive reputation is critical in today's ruthlessly competitive business landscape. On average, consumers will read about 10 reviews making a purchase, which is why having a positive reputation is very important. Focus on the customer experience, customer and employee satisfaction, and catering to all the customers' needs and your reputation as a customer-centric and steadily grow. A few of the points that I've noted here, which are important that I've seen in my journey, are excelling at content marketing, improve customer satisfaction, focus on your customer experience, deliver world-class best customer support, use social listening tools to respond to negative comments, personalize your customer interactions, increase employee satisfaction, nurture brand advocates, influencers, generate customer testimonials and success stories. And last but not the least, for sure, increasing your social media engagement. Next slide. Digital ecosystem and funnel. So as we progress in this journey and how do you maintain your brand reputation, how do you work with the retailer, whether it's through their search within their internal platforms, or how do you drive traffic from external partners into a retailer's. So as you look at your digital shelf, let's talk about the ecosystem for a minute and the hows and the whys. So first and more important, own your digital presence. Ensure that you have the brand website, ensuring that you have all of the social media platforms, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat, whatever that is, Pinterest, YouTube, and then consistent branding. So basically ensuring that your brand shows up exactly, and it goes back to that omni-channel definition, is meeting wherever your customer is and ensuring that all of your brand is very consistent and the content is very consistent. The brand websites are always on, which is 24/7, that you're educating your consumer and making sure that they are getting the information they need, the knowledge they need, and of course, Amazon. As we know, majority of the consumers are educating themselves on Amazon first, and then the conversion could happen either on your website, direct to consumer, or on Amazon or any of the other retailer partners. Advertising, align internal media budgets to support your changing customer, making sure that you're reviewing your total performance beyond the ACOS or ROAS. Partner with the external agencies. I found in my journey, some of the agencies that we have as our partners in US have great tools that can really help you determine where you are in your journey and how you can improve and get ahead. And setting appropriate budgets to allow your brand to be always on. This has been the key for us at B&G and even in my past lives, but it's very, very critical that your brand is always on, no matter what platform it's on. Winning with Google or other external search platforms, and then winning with social media platforms. Next slide. As we continue to see the digital marketing funnel and ecosystem, in the funnel, you'll qualify the leads from top of the funnel first. This means you need to capture audience from your SEO, search engine optimization, social platforms, etc. From here, brands get consumers to click on their call to action, if you will. Some of them might leave, and that's okay because it's not relevant to them, or they were only there to educate themselves on either a product or a service and then later can come and convert, or some will just get informed and educated. Depending on your content and target market, when you hit the right audience, this is where the lead, hence the conversion. The bottom of the funnel is bit where you have to close the deal, if you will. Delivering an excellent service to the customer becomes a loyal customer as well as an influencer. And in ecosystem digital marketing, it works to harmonize the every touch point of your prospect's experience. In some ways, we can call this a digital marketing experience. It's broken down into 3 different activities that generates traffic, capture leads, and last but not the least, convert. Obviously, the first step is to garner traffic. Without traffic, it's pointless. The second step is to generate leads. We need to capture their interest, make them stay and evaluate your products and services. The last bit is to convince them that you are capable of retaining and consistently delivering. Next slide. The goals of digital ecosystem. In this, basically, companies that think of their digital marketing tactics as separate initiatives, in my opinion, are missing the mark. Today, all digital marketing tactics, including social media, are connected with these changes the way they should be planned and developed. Each individual tactic influences the others' success and return on investment. This also leads to creating the direct-to-consumer path to purchase, hence the loyalty towards the brands. So if you look up on the slide, you'll see the digital communication and websites, how the acquisition happens, and then the retention. How do you drive your digital media to acquire the lead nurturing through, whether that's through emails, through push notifications or SMS? How do you drive your social interaction through your SEO and the acquisition? And that's by creating awareness through the Google search engine. The mobile apps, how do you drive loyalty, which becomes transactional towards the end? And then at the end, you retain that customer either through customer support, through self-service, or direct-to-consumer. Your social media platforms, that's where you acquire your consumer. You create awareness, whether that's through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever channel that your company chooses to be, or all of them, which is the most important. Again, customer support is very important for retention. And then the marketing intelligence, which is measurement towards the end, is how do you listen to your consumer and ensure that they are telling you what's good or bad because they're your influencers. How are you analyzing your support and your consumers so you can either innovate based on that or change or keep it the same because it's working. And then lastly, how do you integrate all of your technology, software, etc. Next slide. The dramatic and immediate increase in carting. Here's why the digital ecosystem, in my opinion, is so important. Brands are up in their carting rate, increased due to the brand website content, social media posts, and interaction along with digital ads. It is important for brands to recognize the importance of digital ecosystem, marketing funnels, and customer engagement to keep at pace with the growing demand. If you can see the numbers from brand websites, the increase has been anywhere from 110 to 400%. From social posts, we've seen growth up to 30%, and from digital ads, about 18%. So that's pretty dramatic for any of the manufacturers to ensure that you have the right steps in place from all aspects to be able to acquire, retain, convert, and then retain. Next slide. Increase your consumer engagement. The digital funnel and the ecosystem will lead to the increased consumer engagement, and continued improvements and efforts should be towards, one, must either inform or inspire customers with your rich content, whether that being through the retailers or your own entire website or social media platforms. Second, the site design, the layout, the navigation, and must meet requirements. Number three, ratings, metrics, and other forms of social proof to showcase product quality. Four, message the shipping speed and customer service offerings. Number five, drive sales. Utilize retargeting and other marketing tools that you have within your availability. Next slide. This one to me is key. It's continued consumer engagement can be in form of your owned, earned, or paid through website and social presence to share and marketing on your existing products or new products. Equally important is to have a presence with off-site content via blogs, infographics, videos, forums, etc. Industry presence with influencers, ratings and reviews, social bookmarkings, and sponsorships, if and where possible for your brand. Last but not the least is paid presence, and that's through your Google displays, Google Shopping, Google Ads, your social media platforms, marketplaces, and social media ads. Next slide. With the next few slides, I'm going to share some examples of how B&G, how we're driving our brands, not only, of course, internally with the retailers, but more importantly, externally as well, because that's where the first line of defense, if you will. So let me just share some examples of the Google presence. In this particular example, driving traffic from external sources, winning at search, and rising to the top of the search with utilization of keywords within the ad campaigns. So for example, in this particular scenario, utilization of hot cereal, amongst others, to drive traffic to our brand, which is Cream of Wheat, for morning day parts and gaining awareness during day parts of the cereal or breakfast, or for breakfast consumption. So by utilizing the right keywords, we're ensuring that while other cereals rise to the top for breakfast choices, so does Cream of Wheat for the hot cereal. Next slide. Align your paid campaigns with your organic strategy. So on the left of the slide, you'll see the earlier example I shared where utilization of hot cereal as a keyword for Cream of Wheat helps us win within search from the external sources. And then in this particular example, how are we then driving traffic to a partner? In this scenario, I'm using Instacart, for example. So the importance that becomes is by working with our agency partner, OneSpace, we're ensuring that we're utilizing the same keywords for the retailers or the distributor partners. And then that's how we're deploying the content to ensure that hot cereal is also then utilized. So when someone's searching within Instacart or Walmart or Amazon, wherever have you, that that it's driving traffic to Cream of Wheat as well. So continuing with the same example, align your brand and retailer strategy. Paid ads should always drive traffic externally and internally. This leads to Instacart. With B&G playing a role in multiple categories, we have to strategically evaluate all categories and how we win different day parts and include our brands and products where needed. Likewise, for any other manufacturers such as us, or even if you're in just one category, I think that becomes the key, that it's again, the omni-channel structure. We're utilizing the keywords to win within search, no matter where you are in your journey. Next slide. We'll continue with the same example. Again, while it is important to win with retailer searches, it is equally pertinent to win externally as well. Always align your ad campaigns and strategy for both organic and paid, driving traffic to brand websites for education, features and benefits, and engaging the consumers with recipes. So in this particular scenario, if someone's searching for Cream of Wheat on Google, we're ensuring that our website's coming up, our knowledge to the right's coming up, and then for anybody, they can literally go to our website, and then from there, there's conversion, education, etc. With that, we'll go to our next slide, and again, driving conversion. So once you have led a consumer either to your own brand website or to a retailer, in this particular case, driving the traffic and enabling conversion by driving consumer to our brick and mortar or online customer. Make the process seamless with less chances to bounce off the website without converting. In direct-to-consumer if direct-to-consumer is not part of your company's strategy yet, or you're just starting to engage internally with this discussion, that's okay. In the meanwhile, do ensure that you're leading your customer to retailer site for conversion, whether that is through where to buy online. So providing that where to buy within your website so they can then either go to your online retailer or an offline brick and mortar, either by geographically targeting them or just providing them the information on which retailer is currently carrying your product within their geographical reach. Next slide. Strong D2C direct-to-consumer sites help influence sales in other channels as well. In this particular scenario and example, we're sharing with you that once we drive the consumer to our own website, to the brand website, we have engaged them with different recipes. Whether you are a home baker, whether you are just looking to shop or engaging otherwise, the capabilities are gaining popularity, even stronger during pandemic. Key is to keep the consumer engaged with recipes, whether it's direct-to-consumer purchasing through your website or driving them to a retailer's website. The one thing that I think it's important to also identify is the customer ratings and reviews. They play a very, very critical role in the path to purchase and can significantly impact both conversion rates and site traffic. Furthermore, they're one of the best ways to build trust and transparency with customers and have become an expected part of a shopper's journey through a brand or through a retailer site. Again, there's plenty of partners out there from the agency perspective, which can help you get there, whether you are a beginner to get into a sampling program and then acquire new ratings and reviews, or if you're further along in your journey, how do you continue to generate the user, the UGC, or in any other way possible. Next. Last but not the least, owning the customer relationship, and this is via social platforms. When brands have a direct relationship with the consumer, they're able to better tailor offerings and drive higher lifetime values. Direct-to-consumer sites enable brands to activate social commerce. Facebook has made a large investment in e-commerce by allowing brands to list, sell, and transact with both Facebook and Instagram. And with that, thank you. I really appreciate everyone giving me the time to share my journey, some of the learnings that I have had. And sorry for the technical challenges here, but hope everyone was able to hear and see me okay. Thank you.
No, thank you, Neha. Everything went perfectly once we got those bugs worked out. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
And I loved hearing the experiences you were sharing. I hadn't realized B&G had such a wonderful portfolio of household brands. That was a nice learning, but also some of my favorite slides from you, that the summary of the goals of the digital ecosystem. To me, that was a key slide takeaway for me as a reminder, why are we doing certain things? What are we trying to achieve? So thank you for sharing that. Chuck, anything from your side?
Just one question on the social side, because we know all those platforms aren't the same. Where do you see the best results there?
So I think it depends on who your consumer is. I've learned over time, and I have a 23-year-old and a 19-year-old, and they are very quick to tell me, "Mom, get off Instagram because that's not for older people. That's for moms. Is Facebook." So I think it's not so much. It's how you apply keeping your target audience in mind. So I think Facebook is more for families and parents and a little bit older generation versus Gen Z. You're going to find more on Instagram or Snapchats, etc. So I think it's just understanding who your consumer is and really then targeting. So you can basically take your same content and just kind of change it up a little bit to meet that particular requirement.
Thank you. That was going to be the next one, is on the content of it was the same. So you answered that one inadvertently. So thanks.
Thank you.
That's about it, Laura.